Tonight we'll drift into the soft glow of a far-off dream, of lights twinkling across the bay, the hush of longing, and a man who held on to love like a gentle flame in the dark. A story of tender nostalgia, quiet devotion, and the soft magic of chasing something precious, slow and sweet. If you're here for calm, for the warmth of a gentle story that wraps around you like a blanket, for moments that feel like a soft breeze at dusk, you're exactly where you need to be. Now, let's breathe together. Inhale slow through your nose, deep and soft. Hold it just a moment. Exhale through your mouth, letting go of all the day's weariness. Let your shoulders drop. Let your eyes soften. Let your mind quiet right down. Jay Gatsby was a man with a gentle smile and eyes full of quiet hope, living in a grand but cozy house by the bay, where every weekend windows glowed like stars and music drifted on the wind. His home was a sprawling mansion with lawns that felt like velvet underfoot, rolling all the way down to the water, and gardens bursting with colorful flowers that smelled of jasmine and rain-wet grass. Every Saturday night, mellow jazz notes drifted from the halls, soft and smooth, floating on the breeze, mixing with the sound of gentle laughter and the faint clink of champagne glasses. People came from all over, dressed in soft silks and crisp suits, to dance on the marble floors and wander the gardens, laughing softly as they went. But Gatsby, he'd often stand alone on his terrace, leaning against the rail, his eyes fixed on a single green light. Across the bay, a faint, steady glow that belonged to Daisy Buchanan, the woman he'd loved for years and years. He'd built his whole life around that light, around the quiet hope of seeing her again, of telling her just how much he'd missed her, how he'd never really forgotten her. Our story unfolds through the eyes of Nick Carraway, a quiet, kind man who moved into a tiny cottage right next to Gatsby's mansion. Nick was drawn to Gatsby's gentle manner, his soft voice, his warm smile, the way he listened more than he spoke, like he truly cared about what you had to say. One evening, Gatsby sent over an invitation to his party, and as they walked through the crowd together, Gatsby leaned in, his voice so quiet, it was almost a whisper. "I've been wanting to meet you, Nick. You're a friend of Daisy's, aren't you?" Nick nodded, and from that moment, a soft bond formed between them. Gatsby told Nick about his past. Growing up poor, working hard to make something of himself, all so he could be worthy of Daisy. He spoke of her with a tenderness that made his eyes shine, like she was the sweetest, most precious thing in the whole world. Daisy was a woman with soft blonde hair that fell in loose curls and a voice like honey, warm, sweet, and gentle, like she was always speaking in a lullaby. She lived across the bay with her husband, Tom, but her eyes held a quiet sadness, like she was missing something she couldn't quite name. One sunny afternoon, Nick arranged for Gatsby and Daisy to meet right there in his small cottage, filled with sunlight and the smell of fresh flowers from the garden. When Daisy walked in and saw Gatsby, her breath caught and a soft smile spread across her face, slow and sweet. Gatsby stood there, a little nervous, his hands folded gently in front of him, like he was afraid to break the softness of the moment. They talked softly, like old friends catching up. After far too long, their voices low and warm, blending with the sound of birds chirping outside the windows. It was like the years between them just melted away, leaving only the gentle warmth of their connection, soft and true. After that, Gatsby and Daisy spent quiet afternoons together, driving through the countryside, with the top down, the wind in their hair, and the sun on their faces, or sitting on Gatsby's terrace, watching that green light across the bay. Gatsby would tell her about his dreams, about the life he wanted to build with her. Small, sweet things, like waking up together and drinking coffee on the porch, his voice soft and earnest. Daisy would listen, her head resting on his shoulder, her fingers laced with his, and for a while, it felt like their dream could really come true. The parties at Gatsby's mansion grew quieter, more intimate, filled with soft music and gentle conversation, instead of the loud crowds from before. It was like Gatsby had found what he'd been searching for all along, and nothing else really mattered anymore. Nick watched them, and he saw the pure, gentle love Gatsby had for Daisy, a love that was selfless, unwavering, like a soft light that never dims, no matter how dark things get. He saw how Gatsby would go to great lengths to make her happy, filling his house with the flowers she loved most, playing the songs she'd hummed as a girl, just to see that soft smile on her face. Even the green light across the bay seemed brighter now, like a little beacon of their quiet hope. There were moments of sadness, of course, moments when the world around them felt loud and harsh, but Gatsby and Daisy would just hold on to each other tighter, their love a calm in the storm. They'd sit in the quiet of Gatsby's garden, the stars above them, shining soft and bright, and talk about the future. Slow, gentle words, full of hope. One evening, as the sun set over the bay, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and purple, like someone spilled watercolors across the clouds, Gatsby and Daisy sat on the terrace, holding hands. "Do you think we can really have it all?" Daisy asked, her voice quiet, almost a whisper. Gatsby turned to her, his eyes warm and steady, like he was seeing only her. "We already have the most important thing," he said softly, squeezing her hand gently. "Each other." For a fleeting moment, the world felt perfect, calm, warm, wrapped in the soft glow of love, like a beautiful dream held close, just out of the reach of forever. The green light across the bay glowed softly, a reminder of the dream he'd chased for so long. The dream that had lit up every quiet corner of his life. Gatsby looked at her, and in that moment, he didn't care about the noise of the world outside. All that mattered was the soft warmth of her hand in his, the sound of her voice, the quiet joy of this fleeting, precious moment. As the night grew darker, they walked through the garden, the flowers blooming softly around them, their petals brushing against their skin like little kisses. The air was warm, carrying the scent of jasmine and fresh grass, and their gentle laughter mixed with the sound of crickets chirping and waves lapping softly at the shore. Gatsby told Daisy about his childhood, about the quiet moments he'd spent dreaming of a better life, of a love that would last forever. Daisy listened, her heart full, and told him about the years she'd spent thinking of him, of the quiet sadness that had lingered until they'd met again. They talked until the moon was high in the sky, their voices soft and low, like they were sharing secrets only the night could hear. It was a night of soft magic, of quiet love, of a dream that felt so close you could almost touch it, even if it wouldn't stay. And that's the quiet truth at the heart of Gatsby's story. The beauty of a dream that burns bright, even when it never fully comes to be. Gatsby's dream was big, his longing deep, chasing a love, a life, a version of happiness that danced just beyond his reach. It didn't unfold the way he hoped, and the world never quite let him hold onto that perfect glow forever. But that's what makes his dream so precious. It wasn't about the end result, but about the steady, gentle chase. It was the way he lit up his mansion for a chance to see her. The way he held on to hope when the world felt cold. The way he loved so purely, even when that love was fragile. His story doesn't tell us dreams always come true. It tells us dreams matter most when they're hard to reach. They light up our days, give us something soft to hold on to, and make even the quiet, fleeting moments feel full of magic. May you carry that quiet truth in your heart tonight. Your dreams don't have to come true to be worth chasing. The glow they bring, the hope they hold, that's the gift that lasts. And tonight, let that truth wrap around you like a warm blanket as you settle into rest. Let go of the day's worries, the things you didn't do, the things you wish you'd done better. None of it matters right now. What matters is that you are safe, here in this quiet moment, wrapped in warmth. Breathe slowly. Inhale peace. Exhale tension. Inhale love. Exhale fear. Feel the warmth of the night around you, the safety of your bed, the quiet of the world, soft and gentle. You don't have to be brave or strong or perfect. You don't have to be anything but you. And that's more than enough. You are loved. You are cared for. You are not alone. May your dreams be soft and warm tonight, free of stress, full of calm. May your rest be deep and peaceful, your mind quiet, your heart full. Sleep well, dear one. Let the quiet of the night lull you to sleep, soft and slow. Let your heart be light. Let your mind drift. Let your soul be at peace. And know, with every fiber of your being, that you are safe. You are loved. You are enough, just as you are. Good night, sweet one. I'll be right here with you in the quiet of the night. Sleep tight. Sweet dreams.